Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Um, we have Bellows Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40 proof, aged 4 years, in name of honor, established in 1830. That's true, Bellows was established in 1830. Bottle in St. Louis, Missouri. This is a 1 liter bottle. I got it for $5.99. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. At Savannah Discount on Louisiana Highway 45 northbound in Marrero, Louisiana. Well, won't be getting I doubt I'll ever see a liquor price that cheap again. Cheapest liquor in America. Is it any good? Well, it's good. Wasn't up to the Jack Daniel's No. 7 label, but for $6 a bottle, it was a much better value than $24 a liter, because I was doing liter to liter, this versus the Jack Daniel's green label. So it was a good substitute. I'd pick the Bellows over that just because I'd save $18 a bottle. Now here's a 750 milliliter of the standard Jack Daniel's old No. 7, the newer squared off bottle. The green label, the No. 7, is in a different bottle and has a different label. This is the famous old No. 7, but it's been changed. It used to be 90 proof. Then I think in 1987 they dropped it to 86 proof, and now it's 80. Can you still get 90 and 86 proof Jack Daniels? Yes, they do make special kind of throwback versions, but it won't be $22 a bottle like this. No. So, I assume Jack Daniels is going to win, but I don't know that. Well, this video is dedicated to London Eubank Sr., the memory of London Eubank Sr., who was a close friend of one of my viewers. I don't know the man, but he passed away this year. So that, and his favorite drink was Jack Daniel's old No. 7. All right, so here's the Bellows. Now the Bellows blended American whiskey is pretty good for blended whiskey, only 20% straight bourbon. The Bellows Club whiskey, I didn't like that one. That was the one that was made when it was owned by Beam, the Jim Beam Company. It had too much rye in it. It was just too harsh. And I like rye whiskey, like Sazerac rye, but this one was like a bad bite. It developed as I put it in taste challenges, a bad peppery bite. I like Sazerac. All right. Drewski, time for a riot, people, not just any riot, he says. Oh boy. Now, here's the old No. 7. The green label's just called No. 7. The black label's called Old No. 7. And, by the way, the green label's not even listed on their portfolio on their website. They just have a brief mention of it in their frequently asked questions area. But here's the Bellows website. It was really Luxco. Luxco.com/brand/Bellows/. The Bellows family of quality spirits. The product line includes vodka, gin, bourbon, and blends, scotch, and rum. So you can get Bellows vodka, Bellows gin, Bellows bourbon, Bellows American blended whiskey. They might still make Bellows Club whiskey, which I don't like. Bellows Scotch and Bellows Rum. How you love that? What other bourbons does this company make? They make Ezra Brooks. You've heard of Ezra Brooks, hadn't you? Let's see. They make Bourbon Supreme, blended bourbon. A true blended bourbon. Well, that's not a fake one. Never heard of Bourbon Supreme. Uh-oh. I hear a pack of coyotes just now barking, yelping. Yeah, sound like about 10 of them. They got a lot of them around here. Blood Oath. Blood Oath is the undertaking of one man, a student of both bourbon and science. So I've never heard of Blood Oath. Looks nice. Fancy bottle. Probably costs a lot. Cork top. Old Ezra, age 7 years. Bet that costs you some money. Barrel strength. Woo. Wall Street blended whiskey. They say a blended bourbon, but the picture says blended whiskey. I don't think that's a bourbon. It might be 20%. Yellowstone, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey and bourbon blend. 80 proof. Yellowstone. Y'all might have heard of some of these brands. Rebel Yell. There's a whole line of Rebel Yell. Y'all know about Rebel Yell. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey since 1849. Old Dan Tucker. Ain't never heard of that. David Nicholson, 1843. LaSalle, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. This is like a low proof, I think. It's a special bourbon that's like, let me see. No, not that one. Oh, maybe it is. Let's see. I know y'all didn't want to see this. I'm just, I can't do a screen share, unfortunately, on the stinking Google Hangouts. Ezra Brooks, bourbon whiskey. We know about Ezra Brooks. Okay, let's see. LaSalle. Yeah. 42 proof, distilled in Kentucky. It's like a low spirit, low proof whiskey. I would never buy that, but I guess there's some reasons you would buy a 42%, 42 proof, 21% alcohol bourbon. Maybe if for cooking or something. I don't know. There's some reason. Ezra Brooks, we know about that. That's famous. Bellows, that's what we're doing now. Brookside Reserve. It's another one of those diluted blended whiskey, bourbon whiskey, 42 proof. Weird, huh? Huh, people? All right, well, would I like to try all of those? Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, how could I do that? Charcoal mellow, drop by drop. So Jack Daniels is famous for being charcoal mellow, sour mash charcoal mellow. They matured in their own handcrafted barrels. It's aged to taste, but that means at least 4 years because there's no age statement, which means it has to be at least 4 years old in America. It is a Tennessee whiskey, but it's still a bourbon. I've had this argument with people. They always lose the argument. Why is that? Because I'm right. You hear what I'm saying? You say, well, that's not a car, it's a Chevrolet. Well, no, a Chevrolet is a type of car, okay, or a truck. Just because it's a Chevrolet don't mean it's not a truck or not a car. I'm drinking Hurricane 8.1 with some tacos as chasers. Oh, yeah, I had one of those potato tacos yesterday at Taco Bell, but that's not what I ordered. I ordered a tostada. I said, that's a funny looking tostada, a soft potato taco. Neo Sylvanus is talking to me here. Okay, so let's look at the color. Well, as you can see, just like yesterday or Sunday, the Jack Daniels is copper, it's darker, and the Bellows is just amber gold. So the Bellows is lighter, and the Bellows, you'll notice, is going to have a lighter taste. So how am I going to know which is which? Because the Jack Daniels is going to have a much richer wood, charred wood flavor, whereas the Bellows is a very soft, charred wood. The Bellows does not say sour mash. Usually if it's sour mash, they're going to tout that. Whether it really makes a difference, people will argue about that. Some people say, it's just bullet. It's just a way of doing it, and they tout it like it's something special, but it ain't. Other people say, oh, you're wrong. It makes a difference, whatever. I find it gives it a little bit of a sourdough bagel taste. Now, whether that's better, I don't know. It's just different. I don't know if it's better. Okay, so here we go. Take my glasses off. Mainly I need those for seeing far away, not up close. Okay. I'm picking up wood and that like sweet and sour sauce thing. you know, that's not accurate. I don't know how to describe it. That tangy quality, it's like Jack Daniels has that. Is Jack Daniels my favorite whiskey? No, 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 no. But is it good? Yeah, I don't know. I understand some people talk about how horrible it is. It's not horrible, man. Softer wood notes. Oh, they're there. The charred wood, the charred oak is there. It's there. Mm-hmm. But it's not as pronounced. Mild and mellow, mild and mellow, mild and mellow, mild and mellow, mild and mellow. So on the nose, I think this is Jack Daniels, and I think this is Bellows. You could tell by the color. I'm not looking. I don't want to cheat. I have no reason to cheat. Neil Sylvanus. Bourbon is definitely an overpowering wood taste. I like the barrels when they come around a second time. Used barrels for Scotch whiskey. Yeah, and you can get some American whiskeys that have the used barrels that you might prefer. Some people prefer like early times. You can get early times. They age it in used barrels, a second run, so it softens it a little bit. Now there is an early times they don't list on the website, but it's a bottled in bond. It's got that cobalt blue label. Yeah. They might use first run. I think it's bourbon. I think. I didn't look at the bottle carefully. It could just be American whiskey that's bottled. But does bottled in bond? I don't know. I don't remember bottled in bond if it has to be first run barrels. All right. Barrel, charred oak, barrel, charred oak, barrel. A little sourdough, corn grits. See, that's my complaint about bourbon. Now people say, you don't like bourbon, you're not a man. There's no law that says you gotta like bourbon. I don't dislike it. I just don't. I take issue with some aspects of it. I don't like that corn grits flavor. And that's what it is. I mean, because I grew up eating grits, you know, grits. I know that's white hominy. They're yellow. But still, I don't know. It just tastes like you're drinking grits, Quaker grits, but with yellow hominy. I don't see what's so great about that. It's not bad. It's not a bad taste. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And I've tried the Four Roses 10-year age special edition. I've tried Pappy Van Winkle 18-year age. They're great. Great. Havana's great. But still, I think I prefer Canadian whiskey. Don't let people hear me saying that, though. We'll just keep that little statement between each other. Because people flip out, go crazy, you know, like that's a law, you know. Like on the beer reviews, if I tell them I prefer West Coast IPAs over the New England IPAs, people flip out. Well, that's the way it's going. You're in the past. Okay. So? I hate your channel and you do a terrible job reviewing, and so on and so on and so on. It's like, okay, you told me that 50 times. You didn't. I believed you when you told me the first time. You didn't have to tell me 50 times. Yet you watched the channel 50 times to tell me you didn't like it. Get some real weirdos on the internet, let me tell you. Especially the ones that don't use their real name and their face. They're the bravest ones, you know, hiding behind an alias. That's your brave ones, boy. Big man. Okay, the charred oak is much less pronounced here. You get it. And you still get the corn grits. Oh man, let me go get some bacon and eggs. Actually, I had corned beef hash and scrambled eggs this morning with some red onions cut up in it. It was pretty good. Wow, it was so soft, I ate it with a spoon. That's the truth. Oh, and I put some Swiss cheese in it. And some Cajun chef hot sauce and black pepper. All right, 3 cups of coffee. I mean, I didn't pour the coffee in it. I would drink it. So this is the Bellows. This is the Jack Daniels. Now, which one tastes better? Mike owes me. And good morning, Ron. Good morning to you, Mike. Neo says Crown Royal is tasty. I know I got to get into that. This is a tragedy, a travesty. I mean, and a tragedy, but not really a tragedy. I been drinking all these obscure Canadian whiskeys. Well, some of them are not so obscure, like Windsor Canadian. People have heard of that. And in fact, people kept asking me to review it. Canadian Club, well, that's not obscure. That's common. Canadian Mist, another common one. But I mean, I did some really obscure off the wall ones too, like Heir to the Throne. But I've never done Crown Royal. I mean, come on, man. I need to get on the ball, right? And I still have two relatively obscure ones coming up. Well, actually, very obscure. The Northern Lights, and James Fox. You say, well, I ain't never heard of them. I understand. But then I got to get serious now. This channel's got to get serious, I got to bring in some Crown Royal, man. And I had people tell me something, your channel could really grow if blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you're right. I'm doing, some, well, Canadian Hunter is not obscure. I'm trying to think of one obscure one, like Royal Canadian. And it might get 5 views, and I could do Crown Royal and get 5,000 views, so it's like a self-defeating prophecy. Like I'm saying, it's not going to grow, and I'll make it not grow. But I mean, I'm not worried about that. If the channel gets big, great. I'll be on CBS News talking about beer. They'll say, well, what made you do Louisiana beer reviews? And I'll be like, well, hold up. Let me tell you. It all goes back, so, but otherwise I probably won't be there. So this is Jack Daniels. I'm going to call it. Yeah. I'm scared now. I know you're getting scared. I know you're getting nervous. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. I know I used the right glasses, didn't I? I didn't mix them up. No, this is darker. I didn't do the 7 lucky bells like James P. Madonna does. Oh, man. Jack Daniels, that's wrong, bro, because y'all got beat. I'm talking like street, because I grew up on the streets. Waiting for the snowball man and the ice cream man. All right. Well, ding and ding, 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 ding. Crown Royal Reserve. Yeah. Rich and Rare. That's one I've done. And Rich and Rare Reserve. Yeah, those are pretty well known. They're not exactly like well regarded. But some people tell me, like J.O., Jonathan Owen, who says he's going to start a channel, but I haven't seen anything. But he says Rich and Rare Reserve to him is way better than Crown Royal. I know one thing is way cheaper. All right. Oh, man, I got it wrong. So I'm over here talking about Bellows being so great relative to the other one. You know what I'm saying? Like it's richer flavor, more charred oak. But yet, I thought it was Jack Daniels. Oh, are you kidding me? Did Jack Daniels just get beat by Bellows? I'm afraid it did. Well, that's just too dang bad. Ha ha ha. I bought this for $21.99 at Walmart. $21.99 divided by 750 times 1,000. So it's $29.32 for a liter. Yeah, it'll run you about that for a big liter bottle of Jack Daniels. Well, maybe. Can get it on sale for $27, but I don't know. I don't know how much those big 1,750 milliliter bottles cost. 30 something. No, 40, 39. 40. But anyway, it's overpriced. To me, it's overpriced. Meaning I don't buy it because I find you, like William Kepley said, you're paying for the name more than what's in the bottle because it's got the name recognition. It's like Budweiser. You get a 12-pack of Rolling Rock for $9.99, and you get a 12-pack of Budweiser for $12.99. Ain't no way Budweiser's $3 a 12-pack better. You know, it might be $1 better. And that's an argument. That's an argument. But why would I ever pay $12.99 for a 12-pack of Budweiser when I could get a 12-pack of Schlitz for less than $10? And I'm talking about pint cans, not 12. So if I buy a 12-pack of Budweiser, 12-ounce bottles or cans, that doesn't matter. 12-ounce bottles or cans. It's going to cost me $12.99, unless for some reason I could find a good sale, and you know I probably wouldn't. Let's see, 4.81 times 2. Yeah, 962. So I can get a 12-pack of Schlitz pint cans. You hear me? For $9.62. Why would I ever pay $12.99 for a 12-pack of Budweiser? The answer is simple. I wouldn't. I mean, unless I knew somebody that just loved Budweiser and I gave it to them for a gift. But, I mean, let's be honest. Schlitz is better beer than Budweiser. Sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to break your heart. But I knew that in 1996 when I first started drinking beer, February 96. I tried Schlitz. I said, oh, yeah. And then I tried Budweiser. I said, oh, yeah. I said, what's better? Obviously, Schlitz. No. That's just a fact. You say, no, that's an opinion. I'm just trying to talk like all the other beer people, a lot of the beer review people and beer connoisseur people. They'll state opinions as fact. And if you disagree with them, they say, you're stupid. It's like, no, I just don't think the beer's that good. No, that's a fact. It's great. But it is a fact for me, you know, because I taste for myself, right? I can't drink for you. You can't drink for me. I would drink Schlitz every opportunity versus Budweiser. I'm sorry, okay? And we talking $9.62 for pint cans. You're getting way more beer, and it's better than $12.99 for Budweiser. And I don't rip on Budweiser. I'm not a Budweiser hater. You come on this channel and expect me to start dogging Budweiser. I'm not gonna do it. I like it. I think it's well made. It's good, but it's overpriced relative to what you can get versus it. And secondly, this Jack Daniels, I couldn't even tell it apart. I got it wrong. Now I've drank. Look how much of the bottle I got left. It's not like I was sipping. You know, look, I only got one more taste challenge left on this, and that's questionable. But I guess I could do a taste challenge with it. And it couldn't beat lowly old Bellows. The lowly old Bellows for $5.99 a liter. Well, that says a lot. And you know what it says? Don't be fooled by labels, brand, and all that. People are hung up on that. Brand recognition and all of this. They'll say, oh, I'm not buying Bellows. I ain't never heard of it. I've been dealing with this for 23 years, going on 24 years with people in beer and then wine and liquor. If it's a brand that they don't know about, they won't buy it. Oh, I ain't buying that. Well, how you know it's bad? You never tried it. Or they'll say, Colt 45, that's beer. I'm going to leave the word out because that's what people say around here. And, you know, people are very, like, warped like that. Like I asked somebody in my family once, I'm not gonna call this person out, but I said, what about happened to Schlitz beer? Because we were riding in a car or a vehicle, might have been a van, going to Baton Rouge. And I said, whatever happened to Schlitz beer? Because when I grew up, they would have commercials constantly, you know, Schlitz. He said, Schlitz, that's a beer. And I looked at him like he was crazy. You know, I said, what? Yeah, good old Schlitz, 50 million, can't be wrong. I said, oh man, what kind of world is this? You know, because I thought that was like a prominent thing, but I didn't realize they had gotten bought out, and then Stroh's was cash poor and they couldn't really afford to do adequate commercial promotion of it. But anyway, Jack Daniels, everybody drinks that, you know, rich, poor, middle class, white, black, Asian, Thai, Chinese, Japanese, Liechtensteinian. Everybody drinks Jack Daniels. You know, it's world famous. Bellows, nope. But yet, what won this morning? Bellows. And I was being honest. I'm not going to cheat. I was being honest. I'm not going to cheat for Bellows. I don't even care about Bellows. The man said, here it is. It was $5.99. I bought it. It was a liter. But so far, so good. It didn't beat. Now, you know what? Hey, that's strange now, isn't it? It didn't beat the Jack Daniel's green label, which some people will tell you. It's kind of like a thing on the internet. You know, they talk about it. Look at the daylight here. I got to go walking. Some people will tell you that the Jack Daniel's green label is better than the black. The company won't tell you that. The Jack Daniel's company, Brown-Forman, says, no, it's an inferior one. It didn't get enough heat and whatnot. So we put in the green label. But to me, I mean, it's all right. You know, it's all right. What's coming up next with Bellows? Well, I figured I'm doing Brown-Forman. Let's go to the really old brand, which may be technically older than Jack Daniel's. I know Jack Daniel's started in 1866, but I don't think the brand actually came out to 1873, you know, but that doesn't really matter. He was making, but Brown-Forman, the first bottled bourbon from 1870, they're Old Forester. I have just enough left to do a taste challenge, and that'll be the end of that bottle. I don't think Bellows can beat Old Forester because I think Old Forester is better than Jack Daniel's. Don't let people hear you saying that. And B, I just think Old Forester is a little higher quality. Plus, it's higher proof. It's 86 proof. So I don't think I'll get them confused. You know, that 43% alcohol versus 40 is going to make a difference, you know. But that's the hidden secret. My friend David Garlapede, you know, with the big beard, he'll always say, yeah, that's the real one. The Old Forester, you know. Now, see, he'll mouth off about Jack Daniel's more than me. Like in private, he'll say negative things, and I'll be like, oh, man, why you got to say all that? You know, but he drank a lot more than me. Would you ever travel to the nearest state to do some Bud reviews? Budweiser reviews? I don't guess I would travel to a state to do any reviews. Oh, I don't smoke that. I'm not really into the drug culture, you know, more into the sipping drinks culture. Plus, I like comic books, and I'll go to a lot of sporting events like football, basketball, and baseball. So that's my interest, you know. But anyway, people have different interests. I might listen to Velvet Underground. They might listen to King Crimson, which I don't have any of their albums. All right, thanks for watching this video production. I'm going walking, and I have to go buy some lettuce and bread. You say, like, you might say, yeah, I'm really interested in I don't do vlogs. You know, I watch these beer review people, and they'll do a vlog. Hey guys, how's it going, YouTube? I'm going down the store to buy a Mexican blanket. It's cold this winter. I'm like, why would I want to watch that? I don't even know who you are. You know, I don't watch vlogs like, man, I went to see my grandma, my grannies. She's getting old. It's like, I mean, I understand it's good. That's your life, you know, but I'm not interested in that. And I don't know why somebody would be interested in mine. Good morning and have a great day, Metalhead says. And you too, Metalhead. So once again, dedicated to London Eubanks Sr. But sorry, I disparaged the memory in a way by getting Bellows mixed up with Jack Daniel's. But that's the risk you take, right? So thanks for watching this video production.